You're working on a scroll saw project, you need to cut down a line. It doesn't really matter if you cut down the line this way or you cut down the line this way, you're still cutting down the line, right? Right? Let's say you have a drawing that you want to cut out. Now there's a couple ways to do this. One way increases your chances of having some ugly cuts or broken pieces. The other way is so easy that it almost feels like cheating. This one still gives me PTSD. Deadpool has so many little spiky bits. That's a proper term, right? Little spiky bits. Each one can easily snap whenever you're cutting it out. Now there is a technique that you can use that even works on non-mercenary comic book figures. If your artwork has spikes or tips or just sharp angles, this will help. Try the instinctive way first. You need to cut those sharp pointy bits, so you cut down a line and then you try to cut down the other line. Well, the problem is that second cut. The first cut, that's easy. The second cut though, when you go to make it, that blade, as it kicks on and it hits that sharp point that you're trying to cut, the blade wants to follow the path of least resistance. And that means it could drift and it could slide up and down your board, or just the teeth hitting that board and that sharp point, it causes the piece to break. Sometimes you can use this method and it works out perfect for you. Other times though, it'll end up, kind of rounding over the tips instead of getting that sharp. I want the sharp. You could try to alleviate this by cutting way up high outside your artwork and then looping around and then coming down. I've done it this way. It's not my favorite because I end up wasting a little bit more material, but also I don't necessarily get the points where I want them at. Sometimes that point's a little bit higher, a little bit lower than really what I was thinking. Okay, so then how do we end up cutting different types of angles or shapes so that those pieces are the exact height that we want, angle that we want, and we reduce the chance of having the tips break off or round over? Oh, there's a way. Try this, cut all the tips first. Now at least we know that whatever those angles, those shapes you're cutting out are gonna be the size you're looking for. Don't worry about cutting up and down the lines just yet. Make sure you cut where those tips are. Now you're gonna cut down one of the lines. You're gonna work from the tip all the way down into the project, just like you normally would. Just cut the line. For the second cut though, don't go from the tip into the project. Do it the opposite way. Cut from the project out towards the tip. So essentially backwards from the first cut. Try it. It's shockingly easy to get sharp points whenever you're cutting towards the tip compared to cutting away and cutting into the project. And even if you think, hey, none of my artwork really uses these types of shapes or angles, just put it in your back pocket. It's gonna help you out later on. Thank you to the superhero community over on Patreon for allowing me to make videos like this. And to meet again, get in your shop and build something awesome. With lots of sharp pointy bits, like flames, phoenix rising from the ashes, fish fins, bird feathers, Gothic cathedrals. There's all kinds of things with pointy, sharp bits.